Yo, how's it going, guys? How are we all doing? Today's video is going to be a really fun video. I brought on one of my best friends in the Galaxy of Heroes community, aka Black Mamba. How we doing today, Black Mamba?
What's up, guys? What's up? How's everyone doing?
Oh man, I'm really excited about this one. We haven't done any collabs, me and him, in ever, like in the entire time of us knowing each other. So I'm really excited about this. His channel is popping off right now with all of his GAC stuff. So honestly, guys, if you want some really top tier GAC videos, go check out him. I'll leave his link down below in the description. But today's video, I and Black Mamba wanted to go and talk about some 3v3 sneaky, I guess you could say, some underrated defenses that you might go into thinking you got it, but in all reality you don't got it, and it's gonna kind of hurt you on the banner side of things. You might have to two-shot it. So the first one you want to go talk about here today, Black Mamba, is your Bosk, one that you had some issues with, right?
Yeah, man. I ran into a Bosk, Boba, and Dengar, and the thing with 3v3s is, and just in normal, Bosk always targets the weakest opponent, and in 3v3, if you lose 1 out of 3, that's really dangerous quickly. Like in 5v5, you lose 1, it's not that big of a deal, you can recover. But in threes, man, if you lose 1, it's pretty much game from there. It's terrible to catch up. So I think Bosk is pretty dang sneaky on defense. Pretty dang sneaky.
I mean, his lead gives him just so much more durability to the team. That tenacity, that defense, and the max protection, dude. It's it's a really beefy team, especially in threes. It's one that I haven't personally fought a lot on defense, but like when I do, I usually bring in like a JTR or like maybe even a COS, like something like legit to take it out, because I'm not messing around with the bounty hunters at all, man. Oh my gosh. All right, so there's our first one. It's a good one. I think all of these ones here we got today are ones that you should probably incorporate yourself that might throw off your opponent. So that's the first one. The next one here is one I fought recently in a GAC, and man, oh man, I thought I had this one in the bag. This one is Maul lead with Dooku and Marauder, and this is, I mean, these are my gear. Mine suck, but the ones I fought were like legit, like relics, and like relic 3, 5, and even 7. These are like legit ones I was fighting. And with Maul lead, you get a lot more turn meter. Or is no, not turn meter. No, it is, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that TM from the evasions and all that. But the biggest thing was that you can get crit when you're in stealth, and you evade a lot, and you get that stealth a lot. So like, between having Maul here, having Dooku already with stealth, and Marauder, who's already going to be going a lot if you have a lot of people doing attack out of turns, there's a lot of turn meter gain on their side, and it's kind of scary. I lost this team using a Shock T clones, and I just thought I had it in the bag. I think I was using an Echo with how his Zeta works, reducing, or rather doing more damage if they dodge, but still I lost, and I was very surprised that this actually just stomped me into the ground. And it doesn't have to be a team with like Dooku or Marauder, right? It could be really anybody with, I guess, Malik. You could do Savage, right? I mean, I brought Black Mamba on here because he is a Sith freak. He loves the Sith. He has so many of them with relics, man. I love it though. I think it's awesome. The Sith.
I have my entire Sith faction at Gear 13. So.
Dude, there you go. You're
love my Sith.
You're like the Clash, but for the Sith. How awesome is that?
That's so sad. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, so that was mine. I like Maul a lot. I don't have mine, with relics and his Zeta, but I just feel like that team in threes in particular, super, super annoying. You got the next one here, Black Mamba.
Yeah, so the next one threw me for a big loop in GAC in threes. It was Vader lead with Sidious and Wampa. And so what really made this really interesting is they were all Relic 7. I'm not saying they have to be Relic 7, but man, if they are Relic 7, they hit really hard.
Oh, I
so
bet. Yeah. All that freaking damage.
Just the combination of dots and damage and the consistency of just being slapped in the face is something that really takes you by surprise. Like I took in Palpatine, Vader, and Thrawn, and even fractured Vader off the start and still ended up losing. I was just so... Yeah, it was...
How hard was that Wampa hitting, dude?
He was hitting 110k basics.
Dude.
And these guys were really well modded, so...
Oh my gosh.
But it was so surprising.
That's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of synergy with the dots there, with Vader's lead keeping them all, and then Wampa getting all that extra damage. And,
Yep.
Dude, that's
you curious what you're gonna do with your Relic 7 Sidious if you're doing the Sith Eternal route or Jedi Knight Luke route? You know, you have to get your Wampa up. You know,
hey, if you're gonna get Sidious Relic 7,
right
better get Wampa Relic 7 too.
Yeah.
There you go. I love it, dude. Yeah, that's a good team. In threes especially, I don't really know where to use my Wampa, so I mean that's a great use for Wampa right there with Vader for sure. All right, this is the next one here I got. I have not used this before, but I was in a GAC stream watching my friend play in my guild named Deranged. I'm not sure if you guys know who he is, but anyways, this was the team that he fought, and man oh man, he about lost. I know it's pretty standard with Han and Chewie, but when you add in the lead of being Boba Fett, this thing goes just to a whole different level. This whole team can just hit so much more hard, especially if like a Relic 7 Han and Chewie like I do. Man, this is a scary team. So this lead is actually great in 3v3. It doesn't just have to be for defense, but in offense as well, because this is for all allies. They all gain that extra 50% critical damage and that 10% critical chance. And then, of course, then you have like all the bounty hunter stuff. But the main thing there is for that first couple lines of text with that extra crit chance and crit damage. So when you are talking about a shoot first from a Han Solo at Relic 7 with some legit mods, dude, I think I saw when I was watching him fight this team, like 70k double taps off the bat, and that was just scary. He just off the bat lost somebody just like that. He did come back and kind of win it, but it was so sloppy and messy. This team is going to guarantee you to either get a hold or gonna lose some major banners, which is an amazing team for 3v3, and which also allows you, we'll talk about it I think later, maybe just talk about it now, you can also use this here and then keep that CLS with 2PO and 3PO for offenses, I guess, or defenses as well. But that's a very nice split right now in threes for the Rebels. But yeah, and also not even mention that Chewbacca gives out guard to also the bounty hunter Boba Fett in the lead. So it's a lot of fun, guys.
With 2 lives. Boba Fett will have 2 lives.
I didn't even realize that, with 2 lives too, man.
So, yeah.
That's a scary one. Yeah, you guys got to try that one out and see how that one works for you. I'm sure that'll get you some holds. But yeah, that one with the Rebels and Boba Fett, that is a scary team. All right, what you got your next, man? These are some great teams. I want to try them out.
Dude, bringing it back to the Sith. I got to love Sith, man.
Yes.
I have not seen this yet in my 3v3 of the first week, but man, I saw it a couple seasons ago and even last season. Savage lead with Malik, and if you throw in Sith Assassin or even Set or any other third Sith, but just Savage lead with Malik, man, that is a nightmare to deal with. It's so crazy. He gets so much defense, plus stacking defense, plus his Malik drains. It's just, he's a nuisance. Darth Revan, if Malik is under Darth Revan, you can deal with him because of ferocity stacks and his, lowering of defense.
That whole Vader counter,
You give him an extra 100 defense, just oof. Man, talk about annoyance.
Yeah, and that's, 75% from the lead, and then you get even more from him going below that threshold of health.
Yeah.
And then don't you get even more from his, what's it called again? His 3 stacks you can get, the stacks of his, from Drain Life, whatever it is, the infusion, Or no, it's more offense, whatever. I thought it was defense for some reason. But no, I mean, defense is crazy for this guy, especially if you have him Relic 7. I don't know how I would deal with him in 3v3. Maybe just like whittle him down below half health and then bring in my own Savage to just one-shot the guy, or maybe like a Mando guy, or maybe a Nihilus. I don't know. But this is a scary team. Really scary. So, yeah, Savage. I don't know if I want to fight that anytime soon. I really don't like that team. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, you pair that up with Sith Assassin too.
Oh yeah.
She's just gonna give him so many more turns and a lot of yoinks,
Those yoinks.
The Malik drains.
We love to see those yoinks. Oh heck yes.
That's what's up. Yeah.
I love the yoinks, man, so much. Okay, here we go. Next one here. We're gonna talk about some Galactic Republic. This one I know really nobody out there will have because it's gonna be regarding Ki-Adi-Mundi. But you could also just toss him out and toss somebody else in. It's really just about Grandmaster Yoda lead. I know this is more for like these endgame players out there, but if you are able to pull this off and use and set rather Grandmaster Yoda on defense on his lead, you can really, really have a scary team here in threes because of the extra tenacity that they have, but also more importantly, the turn meter gain they can get from resisting debuffs or suffering a debuff. So lots of turn meter on top of Yoda already gaining a lot of TM anyways from his Battle of Meditation, his basic attack. And then you can toss in, you know, I have Cam here, but you don't have to use him. You could also just use, I would say, really any other Jedi. I'm sure in this one, like an Ezra would be very devastating in this team, doing even more damage, as well as Shock T. She's pretty fast. You know, there is some stuff you can really slot in. I was thinking even maybe tossing in Jolie for some more revives here. You know, like just making even that much more tough. So this is more of like a, you don't have to if you don't want to, or maybe you just really can't pull it off because you have to have him for offense with like a JKR or whatever. But I do really like this team, and I want to try it out myself. You can also see here right above it, I have the GK, Zaris, and Ahsoka. This is really just because of how my strat for this next week will be with having S on defense and whatnot. But this team will be a very, very strong team as well because there's a lot more healing from, you know, really everybody here. You have a Barriss, you have Ahsoka, and just a lot more assists as well from the whole team. So these are really two great teams if you want to use them, and they pull some very strong counters as well. So that's kind of these two. I'm not sure if, you know, these are going to be the greatest or the sneakiest, but I do feel like they're going to be very, very strong nonetheless. So that was mine right there. And let's see, our last one. You want to talk about this one, Black Mamba?
Yeah, so just any variation of Newt, man. If you have Newt with B1, B2, you have Newt with Dooku and Malik. Just Newt and Watt and 3PO even. Like I
3PO, okay,
before.
okay.
Yeah, man. I faced that before and it was so surprising. But man, Newt can throw you in a loop for fives, but he really, really is much stronger in 3v3 in my opinion. Totally honest. Like, because if you think about it, in 3v3, him and Dooku, you stealth them at the start and you only can target one other person. You know, if it's fives, they stealth and you have three options typically. You know? And so, and it's just so many more extortions and speed boosts for Newt, and it's just such a nuisance, man.
Yeah, it's funny you say this about Newt because I think the last 2 rounds I've gotten holds with my Newt team, and I've been using the Newt B1 and GBA, the Geo Brute Alpha, and it's been getting me a couple holds, which I would never have thought this would get me a hold at all. I usually tend to just set this and forget it, but it's very surprising that this does get some holds. And I don't really recommend GBA because he's a lot better used in other teams, you know. But you know, you can really have this second or third be really anybody, like we said, you know, Malik's, some more Sith, some more Separatists. There's a lot of stuff. Nest. Oh, I didn't even think about Nest. How could I forget Nest? Gosh dang. Clash is gonna be so mad at me, man, forgetting about Nest. Ugh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I mean, Newt's a great team, man. And I don't know. Is there any other ones we could talk about? I'm trying to think. I think that's about it, honestly. There's a lot of them, though.
I mean, there's a lot, but I mean, these are some crazy teams that people might not be thinking about right now.
Yeah, there's probably a lot more of these sneaky ones, but I can just tell you right now, from both me and Black Mamba, these are ones that have caught us off guard. And I would consider us both pretty strong in the GAC type of things. And like, I don't want to brag about, you know, us being both good at the GAC type of game mode, but we are fighting some of these and we're struggling. And if we're struggling, I'm sure a lot of other people are struggling as well versus some more underrated teams. So that's our list. I think, what was that, 6 or 7 teams that we came up with for today. But yeah, I think that's about it. I would love to actually know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments that you guys might have about this, you know, your own favorite underrated teams in threes that you might have yourself, or maybe that you've been fighting yourself. But yeah, that's about it. Any last words, Black Mamba, before we hop off?
Best of luck to everybody in their GAC.
Yeah.
You know, 3v3 can be painful, but it could also be a good learning experience and development into doing better in fives even too. So
I agree. You know, this whole threes is just about learning for me, and that's just how I take it. I don't really care about winning or losing. I just want to learn about the game.
Yep. So
yeah, thanks for watching, guys, today's video with Black Mamba. We'll have a video on his channel as well. Go check it out. But there we go for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good one.